Hi, so welcome to the another class of IoT Architecture. So in the previous session, we just started with architecture for your Internet of Things, in which we see the various layers, and we covered the description of our first two layers of your IoT platform here. So today we will cover the rest of the IoT architecture layers here. So we basically started that it starts here from your sensor connectivity layer. That means the layer number one here consists of the number of sensors and actuators which are here dealing, or we can say that they're collecting the information from your real world, interacting with the physical world and the digital world here. Now, after sensor and connectivity layer, we had the gateway network layer. So as we know that the gateway here is used to connect these two nodes. That means the layer above the gateway network here. So this layer basically collects the information. Now, some of the devices here we know that are not directly connected to the internet because the various enabling technologies which we're using here, like your ZigBee, RFID, or your IPv6, which is used for your low power communication here. So we studied here the various gateways. Some of your simple gateway and some are embedded with some controls. That means resource processing abilities with them. Now, after that, we know that we have the connectivity to the internet, and we studied that the various platforms here which enable this connectivity. Either if you have your local area networks, then you have your Wi-Fi, your Ethernet, and we have other domains like your GSM, your narrowband, LTE, and your upcoming fifth generation of technology. Now, above that, we know that the layer which presides above it is your management service layer. So you have management service layer. So we have internet here, and one of the supporting platform here for your internet of things like your cloud. So above your management service layer you have the application. It means we can say that various applications here. So we have covered here sensor connectivity layers, in which we studied the different type of sensors which are able to capture the different type of measurements, and then the gateways like Cisco and Intel's IoT gateway solutions here, so that we connected here to the above layer for your IoT architecture. So today here we will study about the management service layer and the application layer here. So we have now the management service layer here. Now the very basic function of your management service layer, we know that it's the basic management of your data flow through analytics and process modeling here. So which basically includes for your process modeling your device management your data management. So this is the most basic service. There is real-time analytics, and that is here done with your cloud computing. So we will see here the real-time analytics and the cloud computing as a platform. But above that, the other services which are encompassed in this layer. OSS, your operation system support here. So that is basically the management of device, the configuration of the device, and checking the performance management here. And then your BSS, which is your business system support here, which take care of the various billing operations. And above that, it also implements the security parameters here, the various security algorithms here, because in terms of data here will be exchanged and processed here. So as we know that the Internet of Things, it is collecting a billion of devices here. So that means the data which we are collecting here and passing through the gateway to this platform here, whether your internet or cloud services here, so that needs to be processed here. So we will study here that what is about the real-time analytics and then your cloud computing platform here. So we will here begin with your real-time analytics. So this is basically the collection and the processing of that data. If you have now we know that we are collecting a large amount of information here. So on the basis of that information, we just are here to make a decision about a particular process here. So in this decision making scenario here, the collection of this real-time information, that means the accurate collection of that information and the analysis of that information is a very crucial task here. So that means with the increased data volume, increased data volume from a number of sensors and then the processing of that data in order to bring the intelligence. Or we can say that we have to process, we can say that we're collecting some raw information here. So we basically, through these analytics, we have to get the intelligent data. That means the required data out of that bulk of information which we are collecting here. So that means the processing, the real-time analytics here is used to bring out the intelligence from the data. So now these analytics here will be performed in either your cloud computing platforms here. So we have cloud as a supporting platform for your Internet of Things here. Now, earlier what happens is, or in present scenario, what happens is this analysis of this information is either done on your servers, on your laptops. What we're trying to integrate this analysis also on the chips, on the devices by itself. That means you can make the decisions far away from where the code, the program code for that particular application is written over there. Now, for example, we have wearable devices which are monitoring the health status of particular individual. So these devices are checking minute to minute performance, and then they are giving suggestions to the individuals that how the set goals can be achieved here. Now, for example, we have Intel is providing the Intel IoT platform, which is basically for your analytics, and this is your cloud analytics. So this process of analysis here is implemented in your management service layer. Now, the scenario for this Intel IoT cloud is like you have your IoT analytics here, then you have the IoT agents here, and then the further gateways which are connecting these two entities with the help of certain protocols like your MQTT or your like HTTP. So this is the analytics scenario, and these are communicating here with different number of sensors. So that means this IoT analytics basically, or it should have the resources which are able to collect the data from the sensors. So the sensors used here, and these are the agents. These are here capable of recovering, or we can say that getting this information from these sensors. So that means certain computing resources are required. And further, these devices here should be internet enabled so that they can connect here to the cloud platform here. So basically, this for this platform here, two type of softwares are basically used. One is to collect the data, and another one is used to send the data here. So this is the scenario. That means it's as simple as we have these sensors, then these gateways, and these are connecting us to our cloud platform. Now that means here, through the process of analytics, we just need some computing resources to collect the data from sensors, then process them to IoT agents, and then to platform. So after that, the platform here is responsible for uh, collecting that intelligent information out of the complete set of information. So that means for analytics, we required here a platform that is your cloud services. Now, Internet of things are communicating to each other. That means billions of devices are here connected to each other, and vast tons of data will be here uh, generated from these devices. So that means we need a large platform here. We can say that a large amount of storage is also required. So that's how cloud services are used here for your Internet of Things. So that means it is a very important platform here for your IoT. Now, if I have to define here cloud services. So I have defined cloud computing as an distributed computing which allows to access the internet with the help of remote servers. That means the servers here are distributed geographically far away, but the user has nothing to do with the uh, underlying infrastructure here. The user is able to access these services. So that means your cloud computing here is in distributed computing which caters various type of infrastructure and services. Or I can put it in a way that cloud computing allows us to access a particular software which is not running on my system, but that is running on someone else system who is accessing someone else hardware, or accessing the information through some another database. So that means you will have different software. You can access the different software which is not on your system. I will be able to access the software which is running on someone else's system, and he could be accessing that from another hardware or through some another data center. That means everything here is distributed. So this distributed computing here provides us storage capabilities for a large amount of data and processing of these data. Now the storage, this processing, this is basically achieved here with the various cloud models, or these are referred as a cloud service models. So we basically have various service models here provided by cloud. So like I have clouds, infrastructure as a service. So basically, if you just see the hierarchy for your cloud models, it just starts like that. You start here from the initial infrastructure, then your platform, and then your service. So basically, the first one, which is cloud as infrastructure as a service. So this is basically your network architecture. We can say that network deployment. So here, your cloud can act as a resource for IoT devices. This basically here enables to create virtual machines. That means creating instance of a particular machine which we want to use here. That's actually not present with me, but that's an instance of that particular device here. So it, with the help of virtualization, helps us to access these devices as a resource for your Internet of Things. That means the various sensors and actuators, which are actually hardware, they can be used here as a cloud resource for the various subscriber here. So infrastructure as a service can provide the hardware resource here. So that's how this first cloud model can be used for your Internet of Things here by using these various instances of particular devices here. After that, I have your platform as a service. Now, platform as a service, that means here the cloud gives us a platform for actually, in platform as a service, we can say that the cloud resources here are providing certain environments, a certain for application deployment, or we can say that development. Now, since with this stage you have the infrastructure, now embed it with the particular application. This cloud model here provides that platform. That means a platform here for the enabling of various kind of applications here. So after that we have service catering platform. So that is basically your software as a service. Now this layer is deployed above your platform layer. So that means this is your end customer layer where various applications are accessed through the various subscribers. So we can say that the applications are the various softwares. Applications as a software can be accessed by the users which are lying far away from us. That means if I'm sitting here, I can access that application which is not exactly on my system, but I have then access to that particular domain of application. So similarly here for your Internet of Things, when you have your infrastructure services for the deployment of your hardware, then you can develop certain apps here. So finally, this layer, your service as an software as an service is basically as the with the vendors. That means they are providing here specific domains, specific applications to the users with the help of internet. So basically, just to access this complete cloud service model, you require and internet, and you can access any hardware, any software here with the help of the cloud services. So this acts as a very important platform for Internet of Things here, because there are a billion number of devices which will be connected here to the internet. So we have to support a massive number of hardware also and the data also. So that's how this cloud is used as an important analytic for your Internet of Things. So in this management service layer, we basically manage the various kind of devices. That means we have to check the interoperability between various devices, and then the processing on that information, the storage of that information with the help of your cloud services. Now, above that, the various applications, or we can say that the various functions which are catered here by the management and the service layer is like your security operations. So, for that, it deploys certain security algorithms like your RSA, your MAC, and now if your IP is used for IP security protocols will be used here. Now we have started to hear about the three layers of your IoT, starting from your hardware, then your gateways, and then your software management. It is from your sensor hub to your gateways to your and then at last you as a subscribers, you're able to access the various applications here. We have started here what are the intermediaries here, what are the technologies which are enabling this transportation here. So the various applications now which will be catered here, that has a diverse range. Your retail, smart transportation systems, your health care, energy management, fleet management, asset tracking, and etc. So this is how the various layers here, starting from your hardware, from your sensors, then the enabling technology. We started here the transmission mechanism here from this to this, and then the various gateways connecting us to the cloud and internet systems, and then how all of the aggregation of these systems is here supporting the various applications of your Internet of things here. So in this class of IoT, we just covered the complete architecture for your Internet of Things here. In our next sessions, we will be studying about like cellular IoT and the various communication and networking protocols for your Internet of Things. So this is all here for today's class. Thank you so much.